my God, my God. How deliverance is in the house on today. Oh my God, healing is in the house on today. Oh my God, my regulation is in the house on today. Oh my God, my God. Woo, my God, my God. Woo, Lord Jesus, I thank you. Oh, I thank you. Oh my God, my God. He's saying it's here. How bad do you want it? He's asking the question, how bad do you want it? Oh, how bad do you want your deliverance? How bad do you want your mind to be regulated? How bad do you want your finance to be set free? How bad do you want that new car? How bad do you want that new house? How bad do you want your body to be healed? How bad do you want your kids to be set free? How bad do you want your spouse to be set free? It's in the house on today. The answer's in the house on today. Some of you got some questions before God right about now. And God is saying, if you wouldn't talk to me, amen, not with your flesh, but with your heart, I will give you the answer. Some of you sit there saying, God, I need my mother to be healed. Some of you saying, God, I need my own body to be healed. Some of you saying, God, I need somebody to be healed. But God is saying, you will praise me right now, and then I will give you the authority in your own hands that you can go out and heal the sick, and you can go out and you can raise the dead, and you can speak to them not to yourself, and it shall be removed. I pray he is Alpha, and he is Omega. He is the beginning, and he is the end. Oh, he's the first and he's the last. He's the front and he's the back. Oh, my God, my God. He's the foundation that you walk upon right now. Oh, my God. And he's also the head that you lay your pillow on at night as well. When you want rest, you find rest in Jesus. When you want peace of mind, you find it in Jesus. Oh, my God. Hallelujah. Oh, my God, my God. Oh, my God, right now. Oh, Lord. My God, my God. Oh, my God, my God. Lord, I tell you, I feel good right now, saints. I tell you, I felt this like how Jeremiah said. It felt like fire shut up in my bones. Oh, when I start thinking of the goodness of Jesus, when I start thinking of the goodness of my God, I didn't say your God, but when I said my God, when I think of the goodness of my God, and all that he's done for little old Josh Brunson, how he saved me when I was out in the world doing my own thing, when I didn't have a mind to serve God, how he delivered me and he set me free. From the times when oppression and depression had me broken down, he set me free. When they gave up on me, he restored me. Hallelujah. I'm at the point of my life right now that I don't care what nobody else thinks. I don't care what nobody else says. But see, but Zacardi Cortez sings a song. He says, I am for sure. He said, you don't know what I've been through. He said, let me encourage you. Oh, my God, my God. Oh, my God. I've been in this thing too long right now to turn back. And then why I say it, because when I look where he brought me from a mighty long way. Growing up in a single parent house where my mom didn't know where each meal was going to come from. But yet, as Travis Green said, he made a way. From the times that when the lights got turned off, we was in the house in the summertime and it was hot, but he was still made a way. So I'm assured in myself, in my spirit, man, that I know who I am in God, and I know what I am in God, and I'm praising God for what I'm about to do through God. Why? Because Whew. While you guys are standing right now, I just want to say I thank God for the shepherds of this house. Amen. I thank God for Bishop and Pastor Run Bailey in their absence right now. But I thank God for, amen, we're going to speak that God's going to give them. They gave them safe travel over the airways to their destination. I thank God for that. I thank God for them investing in me when I didn't want to invest in my own self. Thank you, son. I thank God for you all praying for me when I didn't want to pray for my own self. I thank you guys for lifting me up when I didn't want to lift my own self up. And for that, I say thank you. And again, I say I thank God for the men of TDF. I thank God for God putting authority in your lives. I thank God for you all standing up and proclaiming the word of God. I thank God for him putting, amen, the word in your mouth. I thank God this morning, saints. I'm thanking God for the unity that's taking place in this ministry right now. How for the enemy's trying to come in and he's trying to sift and he's trying to divide. But I speak and I declare right now that unity shall be in the midst. I swear that growth shall be in the midst. Prosperity shall be in the midst. So I'm telling you right now, Satan, your plans have been canceled. They've been canceled and triumphant. They've been canceled in my life. They've been canceled on my job. They've been canceled in your life. They've been canceled on your jobs. It's been canceled in your finances. But deliverance is in the place. The word has already been blessed. Oh my God. Whew. I won't be before you very long. Whew. I have two scriptures. The first scripture is going to come out of the book of Proverbs, the 18th chapter. The book of Proverbs, the 18th chapter, and verse 24. And for time's sake, I'm going to go and read it. Proverbs, the 18th chapter, verses 24. And it says, a man that hath friends must show himself friendly. And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. And for a companion scripture, let's go to the New Testament, to the book of Matthew, the 26th chapter. And we're going to start at verse 34. And we're going to read verse 35 as well. And for time's sake, I'm going to read. So we're going to go out of Matthew, the 26th chapter, verses 34 and 35. And it reads, Jesus said unto him, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet I will not deny thee. Likewise also all the disciples. And just for a topic today, I want you to look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, where are they at now? Where are they at now? You may be seated. Where are they at now? You know, you look at the story here and it says that we're studying the text as we're leading to the crucifixion of Christ. And we see Peter, who has been by Jesus' side since he was chosen from being a fisherman. Y'all know who Peter is. You know Peter. You know Peter, as we verify, as the first disciple that Jesus called. You know, Peter is the one, he is part of Jesus' inner circle. And he was one of the ones that was there to see Jesus when he transfigured. You know, the one who walked on water so that Jesus can prove who he was. You know, Peter, you know, the one with the short temper. You know that Peter right there. You know, the one that cut the soldier's ear off. You know Peter. You know, old cursing Peter. You know Peter. You know, you know Peter. You know the exact same one. Amen. That was what put as the chief apostle over the disciples after Jesus had left. Y'all know who Peter is. You know who Peter is. And some of you know who Peters are these days that are in your life as well. You know who Peter is. The one that said, Christ, I'm going to be with you until the end. And when the time came down to it, he denied him 3 times. And the thing about it is the moment the third time happened, it realized in his mind, oh my God, he prophesied this to me earlier. Y'all know who Peter is. The one that's sitting there saying, my sister and brother, amen, when you going through, I got your back. But when it come down to it, there was nowhere to be found. You know who Peter is. The same exact one when you didn't know where to go, you didn't have no friend to talk to, and they said, I'll always be there to lend and listening ear. But when you need him, that was not there. You know who that Peter is in your life. Who? Peter. Boy, I tell you. You know, Peter, he was a bad boy, but he was a good boy as well. Because if you look at the life of Peter, I mean, Peter was a fisherman. And you know, old tournament house, they cuss like sailors, you know. And if you look at, amen, sailors are always on water and on boats, amen. And Peter was always on boat and on water, and they have the same mentality, you know. If something ain't going right, this word comes out of their mouth. And if something else ain't going right, that word comes out of their mouth. It's the same way with some of us Christians as well, amen. When things are not going right, we tend to what? Not speak the holy language, but we speak what? The worldly language. You know what I'm talking about. All of us got a little Peter on the inside of us at times. You know, we're slow to listen, but we're quick to speak. You know what I'm saying? We're slow sometimes to have patience, but we're quick to be angry about things. Y'all know what I'm talking about this morning, saints. See, one thing we have to realize is that in life, there's going to be 3 types of friends we're going to have to deal with in life. The first one we're going to have to deal with in our friendship is you're going to always have the giver in your friendship. There's always going to be a giver. And you know who that giver is. The giver is the one who's always giving and not asking for anything in return. You know, their goal is to make sure that others are always taken care of before their own self is taken care of. And you know how that giver is. A giver is the one that people are always taking their kindness for their weakness. And they know that this is the one that, man, if I don't have anything, I can go to them knowing they ain't got nothing themselves, but they're going to give me what they have. You know who that giver is in our friendships. And see, this is the one that you really have to watch out for them givers at times too. Because they're the quiet ones, always giving and giving and giving. And then it comes a point to when they're going to say, hey, I want something back in return. And when they don't get it back in return, they eventually snap. You know how there's a saying where you got that quiet friend that's in the friendship. They never say nothing, but you constantly talking crazy to them about this, and you talk crazy about that, and then eventually they're going to say, all right, that's enough right now. But you know how we are. We constantly talking and we saying this and that, until finally they start saying stuff. You look like, oh my God, what have I just done here? The giver. The giver. And if you want to look at the perfect example of a giver was Jesus Christ himself. He always gave of himself and not expecting anything in return. Because he knew that if he gave, you know how this verse says, what comes from the heart reaches the heart. So he gave from his heart so that he may reach your heart. But the only thing Jesus wanted in return was for you to acknowledge who God was and for you to accept him as your personal Savior. That's all he wanted. But you know how we are these days right now. If I give you something, I want something in return as well. But the giver in the relationship is the one that you know that no matter what's going on in my life, no matter where I am in my life, I can be in New York and they can be here in Little Rock. I can call this person right here and say, hey, I need some help. Can you send me about 30, 40, or maybe 100 or 200, $1,000? And they know they don't have it, but they're going to try to find a way to make sure that their friend is taken care of. Amen. The giver. The one that is always, most likely in the friendship and the relationship, is always taken advantage of. Because if they never want anything in return, sometimes, and you look at givers, a lot of times they're the ones, all they want is love in return. They sit there and say, I can give you love and I can give you material things. I don't want your money and your material things in return. All I want is your love and your friendship. You know how the givers are. The giver. the giver. And moving right along, and then the second one that's in life is the receiver. The receiver. Oh, you knew that one was coming, Deacon Craig. You knew that was coming. I got an even better one coming from you next. You gonna like that next one, though. You gonna like that next one. But the receiver is the one that's always got his or her hands out. Oh, how many of y'all know? Oh, I heard some laughter when I said that right there. How many of y'all got? Now, don't raise your hands. I'm not going to ask you to do that. But some of us, we got some receivers in our lives, amen, to where all they expect us to do is to always give and give and give, but they never give anything in return. But see, the thing about it is, I thank God that I'm not the receiver in the relationship. Amen. Because I thank God because of God when he put his anointing on my life and he put his spirit upon my life. He told me it is better to give it than to receive. And the reason why is because of the receiver is always receiving natural, but they're never receiving anything spiritual. And the reason why is because of they're never putting anything spiritual in there. All they want to do is suck out of it. You know what I'm talking about? Just like, when you put money into a bank, and then the receiver, all they want to do is constantly withdraw. They want to withdraw this day. They want to withdraw that day right there. But it's going to come a time to when you go to the bank and they're going to say, well, insufficient funds when you put your card into the ATM. Say, oh, y'all know how the receiver is. And the moment it says insufficient funds, they want to get mad and catch an attitude. Sitting there saying, did I not give you this, 2 years ago? But this is now 2019? You referring back to something from 2017? You know how the receiver is. Y'all know who that receiver is. All they want to do is suck out and draw from you, but they never want to give anything in return. And have the audacity to get mad at you about your possessions and your money. The audacity of you. The audacity of them to get mad at you. All they want to do is, Richard, you know we cool, man. You know we cool, man. Hey, can I hold $100, man? But Elder Smith goes sit there and say, didn't you borrow $100 from me 2 months ago? You haven't paid it back. But man, you're supposed to be my boy, man. Come on, man. Boys, we're supposed to be, you think of the cooler ground. We're supposed to be my boy, you know what I'm saying? But I want to get mad at you because you were like, man, I'm not going to give you no more money. And especially for those that have businesses. Come on. Dr. Hill, she got her own practice. Dr. Hill, now you know I'm one of your favorite patients. I ain't got that copay. But now you know that the insurance gonna take care of me, but once you gonna take care of my copay? No. Well, I ain't coming back to your office and you won't give me no hookup, Pastor Robinson, you know how it is, You don't watch your kids for 2 or 3 weeks and you don't watch your kids for 2 or 3 weeks and you sit there saying, okay, hey, I got lights, water, and bills that got to be paid. And then come down to the time when you saying, hey, I need you to pay me my money for rendering the service, hey, you've been receiving all this free daycare. You've been receiving all this free medical practices for this time right here. It's time for you to give back into what's doing to me. But they want to get mad at you. Oh, and act a plum fool over the money that you owe them. Y'all know who that receiver is. You know how it is. Ooh, boy, I tell you. And it's so funny because, when I think about how these different kind of friends, and one thing that popped in my spirit was a receiver. A good example was, y'all know old Judas. Y'all know old Judas. Judas always stayed close to where the money was. He was the one receiving the money. And he was the one receiving it and keeping it, and occasionally he put some in his pocket every now and then. Y'all know who that Judas was. You know, he was always receiving, but you rarely heard of Judas ever giving anything. Boy, I tell you, those receivers. Boy. Now, the third one. Boy, now this one right here, you don't know whether this one's coming or whether they're going. But this one that Deacon Craig, I think he go like, this is the ride or die friend right here. Yes. You know that ride or die friend. You know that this is the friend who will always be there for you no matter what goes on in life. This one will fight with you, cry with you, protect with you, and sometimes even get in trouble with you. The ride or die. The one when they know that some mischief is fixing to happen. Hey man, I got you. Let's roll out. I am your rider. I got you. You know, oh, and we can go take care of this dude right here. And you know, when it comes to the women, girl, I got you. Yeah, we finna go take care of him. Hey, I'm your girl. We finna go take care of this. We finna double team and triple team up on him. He don't mess with the wrong one. Y'all know that ride or die friend, the one that you can call on no matter what's going on. And then the thing about it, they don't always think positive. They thinking negative. Amen. They want to fight. Amen. They want to cuss folks. And the thing about it is, the ride or die one is the one that wants to do stuff when you try to keep peace. They the one that want to cause the confusion. The ride or die. The ride or die. Y'all know who that ride or die is that's in your life. You know I got some friends I can call right now and say, hey man, I need to take care of something. That first thing, they're going to ask 2 questions. When and where? Oh, 3. Who, when, and where? Right. You know, they're good to have at times. But you don't want them around you all the time, because the reason why is because of the spirit that's up on them can come up on you as well. And the thing about it, you got to realize is that you are trying to lead by example. So if you're always the one that's in the midst of confusion, then what? You're going to be known as a person of confusion. But if you're known as a person that is a peaceful person, they know automatically when this person comes around, we got to stop. We got to stop. The ride or die. You know, Peter was a ride or die. Till it came out to the very end. You know, Peter, the moment, when Jesus was sitting there and the soldier, amen, was coming towards Christ, and Peter took his own man's sword out and cut his ear off. Y'all know that type of ride or die right there. Peter was a ride or die. So many times when things was going on in life, and notice, amen, the ride or die is the one that's always with you. And so, Peter was with Jesus at all times. Amen. When Jesus was going to go pray, Peter was right there with him. Amen. It was to the point that it was so close that, amen, he called Peter, James, and John, and he said, you 3 come with me. And he said, I want to show you some things right here. Amen. Peter was one of the ones that when Jesus wanted to show them exactly who he was and what he was about, Peter was right there with him. The ride or die. But there does come a point where the ride or die will ride on out and leave you right there standing in your midst. But see, the thing I'm trying to learn is that there is only one true ride or die that we have access to, which is the Son of Man. And the true God, He is the true ride or die. And the thing about it is I can tell him what's going on with me, and he's what? Go say, hey, let's fight this thing together, son, right now. All he asks for us to do is to tell him what's going on. He's going to ride with us to the end, and he's going to die with us to the end. No matter what's going on in our life, the true ride or die, which is Christ, is going to be right there for you. When your back is against the wall, your back is against the true ride or die. When you're driving up and down the road, your true ride or die has already sent his homeboys out before you to make sure that the path is clear for you. That's what the true ride or die is right there. The ride or die is the one that sits there and saying, amen, when you know you ain't got the money for your life bill and you ain't got to speak to them, all they're going to do, they're going to speak to what their child is saying, hey, hit that switch for an additional 30 more days to get my son or my daughter time to get that bill paid for. That's what the ride or die does. The ride or die is the the true foundation, amen. He's not one that when you step, amen, you're not worried about falling into a hole. But every time you step, when you're dealing with the true ride or die, you are a true and a firm foundation. That's the true ride or die these days, saints. So where are the true ride or dies these days? I thank God for the men that are here, amen, because see, one thing I'm noticing, they're just like Peter. They all had their moments when they were in the world. But as they allowed Christ to touch their hearts, they slowly transfigure from being the men of the world to being men of God. If you look at the men we have in ministry right now, notice if you look at their past, amen, they don't act the way they used to act. Amen. Oh my God. Amen. Their countenance and their demeanor has changed. Amen. Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy. I tell you, this morning I was sitting here this morning, and y'all just on the inside, and I was crying like a baby because I'm seeing how the men are standing up and they're proclaiming the word of God. They're standing in authority that Christ has given them. Oh, saints, I'm happy on this morning, saints. Oh my God, my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, my God. Whew, boy, I tell you. And so we sit here, and many of us, we have so-called friends. The friends who will be there when everything is going well, but the moment things go south, where are they at now? Many of us find ourselves in the same predicament as the prodigal son. You know, when the prodigal son, he had all the money and the riches and the fame, he had the friends that was right there with him. But the moment the money and the riches and the fame ran out, they ran out as well. You know what kind of friend we have right there. And also when you're in the hospital and you lay on your bed of affliction, where are they at? But the thing about it is when they was in the hospital, you was there comforting and keeping them lifted up in prayer. But the moment you're laying up on your back in the hospital bed, where were they at? Were they not praying for you? Were they not visiting you? But I thank God for the true friend who checked on me when I was in the hospital. I may not have been in the natural hospital, but I was in a spiritual hospital. So I thank God for those that was, as the old people would say, sending up a timber on my behalf. The ones that was sitting there saying, Lord, touch his fevered body. He may not be sick on the natural, but he's sick on the spiritual side. So I thank God for stepping in right on time. You know, the friends where when your lights were cut off, where were they at? And see, the thing I like about how God works, and when God places true friends in your life, is that the moment that you're going through, they feel that you're going through themselves. How I thank God that, I thank God for my spiritual parents, because there are times that I'm going through and they don't know because I'm not calling them, but it's something on the inside of them. That sometimes they'll send a text message, or he may not say a word, he may send a heart saying, I love you. And the exact same thing goes for us as well. Sometimes we have just that one particular friend that we hold close to us as spiritually, so that when we're going through the day, you ain't got to say a word to them. All you got to do is say, God, I need your help right about now. And the moment after you say, God sends his friends, and then his friends send their friends, and then all of a sudden you go from having one person praying for you to you have 5 people praying for you. And then their friends feel them praying, and then they start praying for you as well. And the thing I like about it is they ain't got to know what the situation or the predicament is. All they know to do is to pray. Oh, God, we go another good one right here. When you're facing jail time, where are they at? The ones that sit there saying, girl, let's go cut up his tires. Girl, let's go key his car up. Girl, I'm going to catch him when he's asleep. I'm gonna pull an apple green on him. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put some y'all. We gonna pull up a deal. We gonna pour some hot grits on them while they sleeping. But hey man, I got your back. back. Let's go do this thing right here. And you let me know where it be, and I got you. Hey, I'm right there with you, man. Hey, I don't care what they say. I'm your boy. I got your back. And the moment somebody called 911, and the moment they hear that police siren sound, you turn around and they just like cockroaches when you turn the light on, they don't scatter, leaving you there to face the consequences. Boy, I tell you, it's nothing like having those friends that you know, I call them hype friends. They hype you up to get you to do the thing that they want to do, though they can't do it themselves. And the moment the stuff happens, you look for them, and you know the song, you look for me, and I'll be gone. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, that hype friend right there. You know, the time when it comes down, now you in jail to get the bail money. Hey, man, I ain't got nothing right now, man, you know. But they favorite saying, I keep you in prayer, though. Oh, my God, my God. Ooh, another good one right here. You're feeling down and out. Where are they at now? Those friends that every time they was crying, you called and checked on them. When they was facing oppression and depression, you called and you checked in on them. But the moment the roles are switched over to where now you're out and down, where are they at now? When you're battling depression, where are they at right now? You know, when you sit there and you give them your last, where are they at right now? Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where are they at right now? You know, you sit there and they said constantly, I'm constantly praying for you. Knowing darn well they ain't praying for you. They just saying what they want to say to what soothes your ear and your emotion at that particular time right there, just to get you to shut up. But oh, where are they at right now? Where are those true friends at right now, saints? And this is, I like this one right here. Lord, I thank you for these pointers this morning. Amen. And the times when you had a vehicle and you was giving everybody else a ride to the grocery store, to the casino, to church, to go buy cigarettes. Oh, Lord, help me have mercy. Giving them a ride to church. Places they know you should have been giving them rides to. I mean, using up all your gas money, knowing you're already riding on faith and fumes, but you still would have given them rides, knowing that you're not going to have enough gas really to make it to work the very next day. The same one said, hey, you come pick me up, I'll give you some gas money, but the moment that you drop them off, oh man, I forgot my wallet, or I ain't got no cash. All I got is my card on me. And then you try to be smart and say, okay, man, hey, the gas station is right across the street. And you put the card up and it says, go see sales clerk. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That kind of friend right there. Because Lord knows I've been in a situation. Lord, I'm sitting there, I'm giving folks rides. Whoo, boy, I tell you. And it broke my heart. It broke my heart, y'all. I'm sitting there giving them rides, and they said, I got you, I'm going to give you a little gas money. And I'm already know all I got is $5 left, and that $5 got to last for the next 3 or 4 days. I don't think gas. And I live in Sherwood and have to drive away to Little Rock. And I ain't got no little small four-cylinder. I got 8-cylinder vehicles, you know what I'm saying? I got gas. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Boy, I tell you, boy, it's nothing like having that one friend. I tell you that when they put that card in that machine, they say, I got you. And the moment you swipe it, it says beep, 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 and it's flashing across the screen saying, please see sales clerk. And they sit there saying, oh man, I don't know what's wrong with this card. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know what's wrong. And then they're going to try to go in there and try to talk to like, hey, let's go into the store. Oh, I'll take care of this much. Let me walk up in here. You ain't got no, you stay up in here. Knowing darn well they ain't got nothing on the card. But they use you for what you got to get to where they needed to go. And now the tables have turned. Now your vehicle has broken down and you need a ride to work, and you try to call And old Sam's like, oh man, I ain't going that way today. And you know the times when you sit there, you're like, man, I need to take my kids to the doctor, and you try to call that person, and oh, I'm sorry, I'm not available right now. You know the times you try to call, I need to go to the grocery store to get food up in my house. And the thing about it is, you even say that they'll say, oh, I ain't available. What the moment you say, I'll buy you some groceries too. Girl, why do you should have told me this from the start. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You always willing to give them a ride emotionally, and you're always willing to give them a ride spiritually, and you're always ready to give them a ride, amen, with your body, amen, physically. But when it comes down to you needing something in return, amen, their rides are null and void because they have nothing to give you back in return. See, many of us need to take heed to the word of God. It says in the book of Matthew, the 15th chapter, verses 26, it says, but he answered and said, it is not me to take the children's bread and to cast it to the dogs. See, some of us, we need to learn how to keep our resources to ourselves and not just give them out to any and everybody. Because the thing about God is, he is entrusting you. And the thing about it is you have those friends that are just like those dogs. Yeah, I said you have those friends that are those dogs, which all you know, you're giving your blessing that God has blessed you with to them right there. And all they doing is what, vomiting it back up, eating the same thing back up. Why are you giving what God's blessing to give it to you to give to somebody that's undeserving of it? We give our last. Women, you give your last to that man knowing he don't deserve it, knowing you don't took from your kids. The same thing with some good men that are out there. You give your last to that woman knowing she want to get her nails done. You want to pay that $30, $40, $50 to get the nails done, knowing you got to go buy pampers for your baby and stuff like that. We all have played the sucker at times, but there comes a time that as you grow and mature in Christ, that you learn that what God has blessed you with, that you ought to be a good steward over it. And then it comes to a point in time that when you become a good steward over it, God will not only give you your wants and your desires, he'll give you everything you need. So, look at your neighbor and say, where are they at now? And we sit back and so now Christ is to the point to where now he's fixing to be crucified. And so Peter sitting there telling me, he's like, Lord, I'm there with you. But see, the thing about it, God already knows what's going to happen before we even speak. Oh, my God. Because see, well, a lot of us going to realize that right now we're currently living in the rerun right now because God has already played this thing years ago. That's why he said, I knew you before you when you was in your mother's womb. And that's why he already knows how many stars there are in the skies. And he knows how many grains of sand there are up on the beach. Why? Because that's the God that we serve. The God that can be here in Little Rock right now and in Hong Kong at the exact same time. The omnipresent God. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, the same God, amen, that lifted up your bow down head when nobody else wanted to come and lift it up. That same God right there. The same God that when your back was against the wall and you didn't have nobody else to talk to. That same God right there. That's the same God right there, amen, that carried that old rugged cross. Amen. God up the hill. That same God right there. The same God that Peter denied twice. And y'all know three times. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The same God, amen, that cleansed the man with leprosy. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Oh, where they at right now when he's being drugged up on that hill right now. Oh, the same exact God, amen, who killed the man that was let down through the roof that God healed right then and there. Where was he at when he was being up on the cross? Oh, the exact same person, amen, the woman who had the issue of blood. Where was she at when he was being led up unto the cross? Jairus and his daughter, the exact same ones that Jesus came in and he healed. Where were they at when he was, finna go up unto the cross? Another example, what happened to the 5,000 plus children and women that he fed? Where were they at when he was being nailed to the cross? Did not one person want to speak up and say, no, don't crucify him, but put me in his place instead? No. But instead they all sat back and they kept quiet. And that's the problem with a lot of us right now. If we don't want to speak up when we need to speak so when it comes to the Word of God, we want to sit there, we want to be quiet because we don't want to realize and we don't want to deal with what the world has to say. But I'm telling you, greater is He that is in me than all the world. Because as long as He's on the inside of me, I ain't got to worry about what the world has got to say. Because when they crucify me, He still would exhort me. When they put me down, He would still loves me as well. You got the dumb and the deaf man. Where were they at? Because the thing about it is everything happened within a certain geographical area. So they all knew automatically. Y'all know how it says, good news travels slow, but bad news travels what? Fast. So that was the gospel. Like, oh, they finally got him. Ooh, this so-called man called Jesus. They finally got him. Ooh, he can be judged. And y'all know how it is. And I'm just seeing right now that all these people all the different miracles that Jesus performed, the thing about it is that He performed 37 of them. But how many of those 37 plus really came to say, don't take Him, but take me instead? How many? How many? How many? The blind man that He spit on the clay over his eyes. He didn't have no excuse. He can see what was going on now. You know the 10 lepers that was out there. They had leprosy. You know, and I know the other 9 they ran off, but the one came back and still gave reference saying, Lord, I thank you. But he still could have came, and then when it came down to it, said, no, don't crucify Him, crucify me. And the thing about it is this. See, after we know something has happened, and we know we should have stood up for that person or helped that person out, then we feel just like Peter. You have a weeping spirit come up on you. Because the thing about it, Peter was like, God, I got your back, man. I got you. I'm your ride or die. When it comes down to it, I got your back. You ain't got to worry about it because when it's all said and done, I'm going to be right there for you. But the first thing they said was, aren't you one of them? That ain't me. And then the second time, no, that ain't me. I done told y'all that ain't me. And then the third time, the other side of Peter came out. Peter started cussing and everything else. I done told y'all that ain't me. I don't know who that man is. But after it happened, his heart was pricked bad. Because he knew that he should have stood up for the man that had saved his life. And some of us right now, we ought to be standing up for people that we know that are a part of our lives that need our help right about now. Are you going to stand up? Are you going to be the receiver? Are you going to be the giver? Or are you going to be a true ride or die? Because see, some of us right now, after service, we need to make some phone calls and say, I'm sorry that for when you was going through and I made a vow when you said I was going to be there for you, I was nowhere to be found. You need to make a phone call. For the ones that we have done wrong ourselves, we need to make some phone calls. Oh my God. And for Christ Himself, we ought to make a phone call. And say, oh Lord, I am sorry for being a disobedient child. Oh Father, I'm sorry for not talking to you the way I should have been talking to you. Father, I'm sorry for talking to you the way that I have been talking to you. And Father, I'm sorry for letting my other brothers and sisters down. We need to make some phone calls, saints. But the first thing you need to do, you need to get it right with yourself. How can you be a true friend to somebody else and you're not a true friend to your own self? How can you love somebody else and you don't even love your own self? How can you ride or die for somebody else and you won't even ride it out for your own self? Oh, how can you speak positive about somebody else when you want to speak positive about your own self? How are you going to speak positive about somebody else's situation and you want to speak positive about your own situation? Come on now. How are you going to speak positive about somebody else's church and you want to speak positive about your own church? Are we perfect here? No. Do we have room to grow here? Yes, we do. But see, there has to come to a point where we have to realize within ourselves, am I doing what I need to be doing? And if you are, pray that God will give you extra strength and more wisdom to better handle even the better what you're doing. And also to where you can be a better blessing to somebody else. How can I help you and I can't even help my own self? How can I tell you on how to go through heartache and pain when I ain't been through heartache and pain myself? What kind of friend would I be? What kind of friend would I be? So, my question to you all today is, I actually have two questions. Where are your true friends right now? And where are you at right now? Are you being whom and what God has called for you to be? Or are you being what you want to be? Where are you at? Who are you right now? Do you even know who you are right now? And so today, saints, I encourage every last one of you. Be who God has called for you to be. Be a true friend. That no matter what's going on in that person's life, let that person know that I may not have every answer to every question that you have. Or I may not be able to fix every situation that you're going through. But I know of a man that can fix the situation. But I know of a man that can turn your darkness into daylight. Oh, I know a man that can touch you where you're hurting and make the pain go away. Oh, but I know a man that can take away anxiety and oppression and depression. Oh, but I know a man that can turn the lights off and turn them back on at the exact same time. Oh, but I know a man that resides here in Little Rock and is in New Orleans at the exact same time. Oh, I know a man that is in Triumphant right now, but he's in St. Mark at the exact same time. Oh, I know a man, oh, I know a man, oh, I know a man, that while he's working on my heart, he can work on your heart at the exact same time. Oh, I know a man that while he's regulating my mind, he can regulate your mind at the exact same time. Oh, I know a man, oh, that while he's saving my unsaved child right now, he's saving your unsaved child right now as well. Oh, I know a man that while I may be single right now, he's making a husband for me right now while he's making a husband for you right now as well. Oh, I know a man, oh, that while he's making a wife for me right now, he's making a wife for you as well. Oh, the same man that's putting me together is the same man that's putting you together right now as we speak. Standing to your feet all over the sanctuary. Oh, I know a man. Oh, I know a man. The same man that said that if you tear it down, in how many days will I build it back up? The same man that I have watched a person that was filled with all kind of demonic spirits that's healing right here, right now. Healing Africa as well at the same time. The same man. The same man that's worshiping here in North Little Rock. The same man that's in Hot Springs as well. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Pastor. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The same ones that when people are dying is the same one that's giving life as well. Oh my God, my God. The same one that's speaking life to you that's in here right now is the same one that's speaking life into somewhere in another country right now. A true friend. A true friend. The example of true love. The true friend. So I ask you today, who are you and what are you? Y'all know the old song, They Smile in Your Face? Y'all know them friends I'm talking about right there. Are you that backstabber? Is that you? Or are you the one that's no matter, even though people are down on that person, you still trying to find some positive in that person? See, that's one thing that I myself, as Joshua Dwayne Brunson, is working on a daily basis. Is that even though they're downing a person, I want to try to find a positive in that person. Some may say this and that right there about our pastor. But the same breath while you're saying something bad about him, you better be speaking something good about him as well. Better yet, take the bad out and let's speak positive into him. Let's speak positive to him. Because the thing about it is, see, as long as we're on this earth, guess what? We're all a work in progress. There was not but one perfect person that walked this earth. And it was Christ himself, the Son of Mary. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So, today the doors of the church is open. If you're saying, I called all my so-called friends and they couldn't be found. If you want a true friend, let me introduce you to a man named Jesus. Let me get in my low voice and introduce you to a man named Jesus. When you say Jesus' name, it makes you feel good on the inside. When you say Jesus' name, it puts sweat, goosebumps all over your body. Let me introduce you to a man named Jesus. He can mend a broken heart. He can fix up a jacked up mind. Because Lord knows some of us in here, we have jacked up minds at times. Let me introduce you to a man named Jesus. One, when you are lonely at night, he can comfort you at nighttime. A man named Jesus. When you don't know how you're going to make a way out, he'll make that way out for you. A man named Jesus. A man named Jesus. A man named Jesus. See, this woman, she came here today, and she said that she wants deliverance today.